So thank you again for taking the time to meet with me. I just
Anytime.
wanted to ask you a few basic questions about the program. Um, First and foremost, though, what is your trading experience before you joined David's program?
Before I joined Davis program, I've been trading stocks since the age 20 years old. So I've been doing it basically for 28 years. And I also
Okay.
did, follow like the SPAC markets, the special purpose acquisition companies when they all, when we had that year when they were into effect, and played
Right.
that also for a while. But right now I still trade a little bit of stocks, but not usually daily. Not I don't do it daily anymore because just the time involved into it.
Okay. And what made you decide to join David's group?
David, I joined it because of the rate of return, obviously, and also the ease of the program, just having to commit, basically 5 or 10 minutes a day,
Mm-hmm.
because I got tired of, like even when, like with the SPACs, having to like watch it daily to say, hey, I'm making like 25%, let me go ahead and close out. Because you never
Right.
know which day that can hit and everything. And that's the difference in Davis program. You just put it on autopilot and say, hey, let me commit near closing time at 5 or 10 minutes, and then you're done for the day. So you don't have to
Mm-hmm.
worry about watching it the next day or anything else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. A lot less of that active
Yeah.
effort that's needed, especially if you're trying to day trade.
Yeah, definitely. Especially if you have a full-time job also, if you
Right.
can kind of like step away and just doing it near the closing bell and just do it.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it a lot easier. And, it's, because I don't know how, some people, if they might be able to, like day trade and do it, but if they have a full-time job, this is definitely a good, good program to get into because of the time involvement is very little. Once you get
Right.
past the training and you learn what to do, that's the biggest steps.
Mm-hmm. And have you been in another group besides David's?
No, just I was basically with like a SPAC force group that we traded
Okay.
and help each other out when, like alerts came out and stuff like that. When the companies would go to market and stuff, we basically kind of alerted each other, say, hey, this one's going public and this is what it's going to be, So that was basically it.
Mm-hmm.
And I never joined any other groups or anything or paid for anything prior to David's.
Mm-hmm. And did it take you a while to learn how the setups are traded that he
I
puts in the group?
I went in. It took me basically, looking at the videos. I went through it a couple times myself just to understand it more because it was a different language what I was used to because of the options and stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
it's but once you learn it, it wasn't that bad. And there was members in the group that I reached out to that helped me also with the progress.
Mm-hmm.
And they had videos within that helped train you too. So it
Right.
wasn't
And
that
that's
bad.
helpful.
So basically, I joined on a Monday and I was trading by Friday.
Oh, wow. So you learned
So
quickly
I
then.
learned quickly. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I know.
And what
I
is,
know. Yeah.
go ahead.
Okay. I know some members that join. It may take them a little bit longer based on their knowledge, and some of them may know, like what he's doing, so they can go ahead and trade right away.
Mm-hmm. Right. And I mean, with options, it can definitely be complicated trying to learn. So
Mhm.
it's helpful to have that knowledge base right there so you're able to learn everything kind of all together rather than in fragmented pieces.
Yes.
Yeah. And what is your experience with the group so far? Like how is it going for you?
It's going great. I've been part of the program for about 4.5 months. And it's like everybody that's within the group is, pretty professional and everything, which is you don't see that in a lot of other groups, maybe not. It's like I know like Stock Twitch, you get a lot of guys that go in there and they want to talk down a lot of stuff, and
Yeah.
even like Wall Street beats and stuff like that. But this group, it's like everybody, has the same mindset, and everybody's like a lot of members. You reach out if you got questions, they'll answer them for you, and help you be guidance. Also, it's not like you're just in there and you're like solo or anything. It's a lot of feedback from other members too, which
Mm-hmm.
is great. And that's that's good though, because we're all basically doing the same thing. So we all want to come out at the end and win and stuff. So it's we're like rooting or cheering or whatever. So
Right.
we all lose together pretty much.
No, it's important to have that community type of base when you're trying to learn and when you're going through the actual process, and you know that others are in the same position that you are in, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
And what would you say to anyone who is thinking about joining a education or options trading group in general, and then in regards to this one, what are some things to keep in mind?
I would look at the ease of it, and also what, as far as like the training go, what's really involved. Like, how much time are you willing to commit? Because I know there's
Hmm.
other programs out there where you may have to commit like 2 or 3 hours a day to it. And that's what I looked at with Davis. Like I mentioned earlier, it was basically that, once you get through the training part, just taking 5 or 10 minutes a day, and that's it.
Hmm.
I like the most. And basically with his setup, with what he sends out, the alerts are very easy to follow. So it's not
Right.
like, but it's also, that's why he says 5 or 10 minutes, because it is time sensitive. So
Hmm.
to kind of, regards to that, you have to, when you join it, you want to definitely make sure that you can commit every day to it. If there's a day you need not to commit, you don't, you can skip, say that week or whatever we start at, you can skip it
Hmm.
also, which is good too. Then, pick it up later on,
Right.
at least the way his system is designed,
Hmm. But with
without giving
his
away what he's really doing.
right, but and also with his group, you're learning at the same time as you're getting alerts on trade ideas. So it's
That's correct.
not just being told, okay, here's a quick alert without understanding what you're actually doing. The whole learning
Yeah,
process is there,
it,
right?
it is. Yes, definitely. Yeah. Because there's also like an onboarding process where you can call in, and, we'll go over to trade with you even before you place it. So we
Mm-hmm.
come in and kind of like simulate a trade also, which is great. Because some people, like when you join, there's different platforms that you can trade on, like
Right.
interactive brokers, like Fidelity, and TD Ameritrade's Fast Sink or Swim.
Mm-hmm.
You go in and basically they'll show you how to do a trade, which is great. And you can also even, like take a picture of it when they say the day you first do it, and check over, and they'll check over to make sure all the strikes are right and everything too, which is great. So it's not
Mm-hmm.
like you're left hanging and saying, "Hey, am I doing this right or doing it wrong?"
Right. Yeah, that's
Because
that's
it's,
definitely helpful.
but it's also, if you follow it, it is kind of foolproof also. So
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of hard to mess up, because
Right.
things have to align with his, and have to align with the price that he's, with like the fill price and everything that he puts out.
Mm-hmm.
So if you
And
if
it's
you mess if you mess up, you'll kind of see it also.
right. And you're also, from what I understand, you're also learning about the risk and reward with the trades that you're taking. So you're
Yeah.
fully understanding what you're risking with each trade, right?
Yes, that's correct. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
because
awesome.
basically with the program, without giving too much away, we do
Of course.
we do things so you do get like 100%, back and everything.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's why I know a lot of times he's promoting it. He wants people to come in with like 26,000, to start with and everything. And it's usually based on that, you're usually guaranteed around, 10% or a little bit more a month, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
Look at it, but
But
also when,
because
yeah.
No, I
Okay.
was
So
just going to say, because of the types of strategies that you're trading, that's why it's important to start with what a lot of people would consider to be a larger amount of capital at that
yeah,
26,000. Okay.
that's correct. Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
because I mean, you can start the program with a $13,000 account,
Mm-hmm.
because it is designed around that also. But
Mm-hmm.
more capital you obviously deploy, even with a $13,000 capital, you're still going to get around 10% a month.
Right.
But he wants, that's why he, kind of advertises at 26, because he likes to see people saying, "Hey, if I put 26 into it, I can get 2,600 return a month."
Right.
And grow it. So you take basically your profits and you just start, doing, like invest in the profits also to help
Mm-hmm.
too.
Right. And what kind of returns have you seen so far?
I've been in the program for 4.5 months. So if today's trades closed, I was on the inside. I'll be around like close to 18,000,
Oh,
just in
wow, that's
four and a
really
half
good.
months. Yes.
Yeah. How much in percentage wise, based from where you started, have you gained, or do you not know that
I
number?
guess I guess it's probably around like 13 to 15%, I guess. Because I
Hmm.
started with the 26,000. I've been kind of like, moving up also as I, make profits and stuff.
Right, right. And with your experience with the trade so far, are you saying that overall the gains are outweighing the losses, or is it equal? How has that been in your
I mean,
experience?
the gains definitely outweigh the losses. But I guess on that, you could look at it. It depends, which way the system goes when we play
Mm-hmm.
it. So you could actually be down some, but then you gain it back also the way,
Mm-hmm.
the system's designed and everything. So that's something also to keep in mind. Like if you, say you start off with 26,000, you may go down to say 18,000, but you'll win that back and plus some,
Right.
based the
Yeah.
way the system is designed.
Yeah. The reason I ask that is because I know a lot of people, especially when they're first starting to get into trading options, they start off trading just a put or a call, and they
Yeah.
don't realize how quickly that can be drained. But I
Oh yeah.
like how in David's program, the trades that he sets up, they have that clear gain and that clear risk that you're
That's correct.
taking.
Yeah.
So it's not like that unknown
Yeah, because
where it can be
there's
gone like that.
yeah, because based on a strategy, there's your max loss is what it is. It's not going to be more
Right.
or less than that, based
Yeah.
on what you buy it at and stuff. That's correct. Or
Yeah.
based on the premium, yes.
And how many trades a week do you take on average?
It can be, maybe two or three a week, depending and
Okay.
everything. So it's
That's
not,
nice.
yeah. So it's not like every day, but you still want to check, the alert and every day, just to see if you do trade.
And it's really just taking you like 5 to 10 minutes to
5 to 10 minutes,
complete.
yes. And
Yeah.
usually I'm
That,
done, honestly, usually I'm done within like a minute. I have it submitted, filled,
hmm.
everything within a minute.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty quick.
It is, yes. Yeah, because once this alert goes out, I put it right in and stuff and have it filled. But you have, what's good about it also is you have until 4:15 PM Eastern Standard Time to get the order filled. So when his alert goes out, say at 3:55, you
Hmm.
do have, 20 minutes or so, or even like 18 if it goes out like at say 3:58. So it's not
Right.
like you're under the pressure saying, "Oh, I gotta get it my market close at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time," which
Right.
is nice. So it's because it can
Hmm.
be, at first when you do it, to be honest, it is a little nerve wracking because you're trying to, look at it and trying to put it in and to say, "Hey, do I have it right or wrong?" Or, then you
Right.
submit it. So it's because you're anxious also.
Yeah.
But once you do a couple of them, it's like after that, it's like you just put it on autopilot and just when it comes out, it's like, all right, do, and you're done,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So compared to what you were doing before versus the trading that you're doing with the group now, is it kind of like night and day for you? Which one,
Oh
which
yeah.
one is easier?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is a whole lot easier, yes. Yeah, because
Yeah.
you didn't have to sit there and watch it all day or have to worry about it. Like, what's it going to be doing like 2 days down the road, need to
Well, and with
sell it. But
SPACs, there's
it
usually a
was
lot
fast,
of
yeah. Because
research behind it too, right?
it was, yeah. It was especially like when Nikola came online. It was like you got into that, and then you held it for like maybe 2 days before it reached its high, then you had to unload. And it was like
Right.
other ones, like when Patera came online and like Eli
Mm-hmm.
Motors, like them companies, it was
Yeah.
how it was with like skills, all of them,
Mm-hmm.
but it was like,
Yeah.
you had like basically that market lasted for like a year, to
Yeah.
make it in, and that was it.
Yeah. Now it's
Now
done
it's like
for.
flat, yeah.
Yeah.
But you had to know what you
Well,
were doing on that too, because you could get burned real bad because the
yeah.
way price can change and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
definitely. Because there's a lot that goes into the pricing of SPACs that a lot of
Yes.
people don't understand.
Hmm.
So, but I really like, with David's strategy, how it's just once you learn what you're doing, the strategy that you're trading, then that's it. You don't have to worry about trying to figure out what the company is doing with the price at,
Yeah.
each day or anything like that. Or
Yeah. No, that's
manipulation.
correct.
You don't have to worry about market
Yeah, that's true.
manipulation
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that's very true. Yes.
And before we head off, is there anything else you would like to add?
No, I just, I tell, if anybody, if you're skeptical, try it out. That's the only thing I can really add, because I know there's a lot of programs out there and stuff. And I know even with the AI programs that are coming out now that, that shoot up and say, hey, we're going to guarantee you this or whatever.
Right.
Just, just from my background and just being skeptical about even joining a program, this is a program that is truly rewarding to you.
Right.
Things you can go in, you understand it and everything, and just follow what David does. You don't want to go into the program and try to reinvent the wheel on it either, because
Right.
that's where you can lose also, because we have had members that, that try to outsmart it and everything, that try to play it different, they will
Hmm.
lose, not trying to be
Right.
negative on it, but just, and David, he's put it together where it's, he wants to help people and he wants to reward people also,
Yeah,
and it's, and
definitely.
that's something I know it comes with a price tag also, but it's something you have to look at. You have to look past what the membership fee costs and say, hey, I can, get that back in a couple months. And you got 10 months where you're making money also, which is great.
Hmm. Well, if you're comparing it to a lot of the other groups, like you said, I mean, there are tons. One thing that I always look at is the person running the group actually putting their real name and credibility behind it. And I really like that David does that, because there are a lot of people who have, an avatar
Yeah,
and
that's true.
and a username and say, "Oh, come follow my alerts," but
Yeah, but he's
it's
very,
not easy to trust that.
no, within the group itself, though, he's very active and everything. If you
Yeah.
need something, you can just direct message him, within the
Yeah.
group also. And plus, one thing about his program, he does offer like a 45-day trading day guarantee back also,
Hmm.
which is great. And you don't see that with a lot of programs.
Oh, definitely not.
So that's something that, you ought to take into consideration if you're willing to try it and everything, but you have to follow the program, to a T also,
Hmm.
so
Yeah.
yes.
I mean, in order to offer a guarantee, you must be pretty confident in the product
Yeah.
that you're offering. So,
Yeah, definitely. Yes.
yeah, it definitely speaks to the credibility.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
no, nice
right.
chatting with you also and everything. And thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And I look forward to talking with you again soon.
All right. Okay. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye. Want more Trader Babes? Subscribe now and connect with us on social media for exclusive content and access you won't find anywhere else. And we'll see you right here on the next unforgettable episode of Trader Babes.